and a 1-y, and a 2-y, and a 3, 4, go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country. This will be a lot of fun, you guys. I have plenty of fun things planned for today, and a nice little conversation piece. So sit back, relax, as we wait for things to get started. Can get started real soon. So yeah, one thing I want to mention is that there's a degree of stuff that we could potentially do until the end of this DLC. Like, there's not very much DLC left over, just so you guys know. But first, let's get the formalities out of the way. Hello to Tux, you were the first person here. And Jing, sup. Jose Eduardo, Mr. Fortnite, IGEK, TB180. It's a really great name. I'm kidding, man. I love it. Pineapple Luke, hey. J-Stone, Speedwagon, best waifu indeed. But, yeah, just so you guys know, those of you guys that are watching the archives right now, if you guys haven't been keeping up with previous stream schedule adjustments, I just wanted to say that... Oh, maybe this not's a little bit too loud. Oh, it's good. Yeah, volume's there. This is Mizuki, by the way. Right, so I just want to say to you guys that are watching in the archives right now that there's going to be a couple of adjustments, just because it's October. I don't know why, but October got really messed up with scheduling issues. First and foremost, the fact that I'll be working on Wednesdays. Usually we stream on Wednesdays, but we can't stream Wednesdays this month for a while. So it's going to be Thursdays at the time that you guys are watching right now. Well, for those guys that are watching live anyway, 9 AM EST. And then we will be continuing on Saturdays. Saturdays at 7 PM EST. So it'll be the evening for those of you guys that live in America, or North America. It's be a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Also, shouts to Weirdo for this awesome fan art. I love this fan art so much. For those guys that are wondering, it's Poppy, Cutie Pie, and Tubi with the outfit swap. So that's nice. Nia number 1. Hello. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get started real soon, you guys. Just feel free to stretch, grab a snack, grab a glass of water, and we're gonna be in this for the long haul. We're playing some community today. Lots and lots of community. The most controversial aspect of this game, by far. I would say so anyways. So, okay, so here's the thing, you guys. We've been doing this stream, or this playthrough, in like... in 3-hour increments. So we're at a total of 9 hours right now. And my first playthrough of this game, completely blind, not even knowing what I was doing, it lasted for like a little bit over 15 hours, meaning that it's highly likely that we're gonna finish this game on Saturday. Very likely that the grand finale is going to be on Saturday. And then after that, we are, I don't know. I actually don't entirely know what's going to happen past that point in terms of streaming. Because here's the thing, streaming is going to be the majority of the stuff we do here on the channel, for now, anyways. Just for now. But yeah, like, I have a couple of ideas. There are a few games that I'm interested in playing. I do know that Dark Souls Remastered is coming out, and that's a game that, I know it's not a Switch exclusive game, but it is a game that I've wanted to play on the channel for a very long time. So, yeah. How's Spooktober been? That's the thing, I've always, like, it's weird, actually. So, usually YouTubers or streamers, they like to play horror-themed games for October, because that's the season, right? The problem, though, is that I take a lot of exception to horror games, not because I'm too afraid of them, oh, sometimes that might be the case, but more in the sense that, like, I dislike how horror is handled in most games, and that's not really the fault of the developers, really. Like, you need to have, like, a stroke of genius in order to make a proper horror game, in my opinion.
You can rest easy now.
And the reason why I say this is because when you, like, okay, here's the thing, when you make a game, right? Usually the way that it works, and this is like, I remember there was a study about nightmares, actually, relating to when people play games, they're less susceptible to nightmares. The reason why is because in a game, you have control over what's happening to you, or you have like some semblance of control, and that makes the thing less scary. That's kind of what it is. So I remember this exact same thing happened to me when I played the Dead Space series. In Dead Space 1 and 2, especially 2 actually, it was so fun killing necromorphs in that game that it just ceased being scary because now I was looking forward to encountering these things. But yeah. Yami Squall, hello! J-Stone, I do agree with you about that community point. To a degree. I like it, but I don't like the fact that it felt like padding. Like, if they did it in such a way where, oh, this is community, and this is all the stuff that you can do with it, but it felt natural, it didn't feel super forced, then I think it would have been a lot less controversial. But this is definitely the most controversial part of Torna's DLC. I think a lot of people can say that they really enjoyed this DLC overall, but the community feature would be, like, the main discussion point for people. Simply just because it's kind of like, here's the thing about me actually, I don't really like side quests that much at all. Like, I don't like side quests. I didn't do most of the side quests. I swear, I only did like the side quests that were mandatory for unlocking affinity charts for blades. That's about as far as I'd be willing to go. That's really as far as it's going to go for, you know, how much I would want to do a side quest, because it gives me more power. Like, I know the immediate effects of it. There's an Armu around here, yeah? I actually kind of remember the locations of this quest. It's just that it's hard to know when you haven't played this game in a while, and also you're talking at the same time. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But yeah, all I wanted to say though is that community is, I like it. And I say that as a guy that doesn't like side quests. But at the same time, I don't like it because it really did feel like they were padding the game, and I'm never a fan of that, no matter what game it is. If you're padding the game, and it feels like you're padding the game, that's the thing too. Like, unless I don't feel like it is, then it's fine. Oh yeah, the Apex Rajang. I still have to. I think I fought a Rajang last time I played Monster. I haven't played Monster Hunter Generations in a while. I love Monster Hunter Generations. I think it's been like more than a week since I've played it. But I did that one where, because I remember I had to like kill one of them in order to get myself one of my hunter skills up, or hunter arts. Oh yeah, the thing about this game too, I think this is easily like the most played game that I have on Switch, at least based on logged hours. Even if you were to combine all the different files that were made for Breath of the Wild, it's still not as much as this game, which is great. And Torna easily adds like another 30 hours, which is really good for a DLC. Oh, by the way, how's the volume for these things, by the way? Make sure you guys can hear this wonderful, wonderful music that everyone's raving about. The nice thing about having Hugo is that being an Earth element means that you can do a volcano setup, but unfortunately it doesn't be switched out. Cool, my turn. Keep it launched, keep it launched. Okay, that's fine. The game's a bit loud. Oh yeah, right, because of the cutscenes, right? Okay, hang on. Yeah, I forgot that I had to increase the volume for the cutscenes. Okay, we're good. One-way road, it's been a while. Oh yeah, so, how many of you guys here have watched the Mario Party videos? The Mario... I feel like a lot of people in this particular chat has. But I'm wondering, because like, I don't like plugging my videos so much. I'd rather that if people want to watch them, they'd watch it themselves without my recommendation of it. But I really do heartily recommend watching these ones, simply because we just had such a good time playing it. It's my first time bringing one of my friends into the channel. I really enjoy it. I don't think I'll ever stream it though. Not because I don't want to, it's just that, well, for those guys that saw the videos, you saw the lengths I went to avoid having my name being said. And the thing is, here's the thing too, when I'm with my friends, I already have a nickname, but my nickname is literally just like an abbreviation of, it's very commonly used for me, and it's also an abbreviation of my real name. And it's annoying because the thing is, like, I also use it at work too, so there's the other issue, is that, like, you know, I don't want things to coincide too much, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Is the volume okay now, though? Like, I changed it. I know that you guys... I know there's a bit of a delay between chat and feed, but, yeah. Oh, boy. I really enjoyed making the Mario Party videos, though. I'd love to make more. But at the same time, I really want to make more, but the problem with this, though... I said this in the previous stream too, as to why I haven't done so many things with my friends, is because we just live such different lives from each other that it's almost impossible. The only reason why we could last time was just because it just so happened to be a vacation day. Alright. Where are the other Armus? Oh, okay, I remember now. Okay, again, this is... It's funny, I kind of have a memory of this side quest, but not entirely. But yeah, so yeah, if you haven't watched the Mario Party videos, and those of you guys watching in the archives right now, if you haven't watched the Mario Party videos, highly recommend doing so. We had a lot of fun. I had so much fun editing them too. I remember, because yeah, he was staying over at my house at the time. Yeah, so okay, my buddy was staying over at my house for a while, and he was... It's really funny, I remember mentioning this last week, or last Saturday, when you hit record, and this is going to apply to a lot of people, but whenever you are in a scenario where you're being recorded, and you know you're being recorded, you immediately adopt a different personality. Not even because you want to, it's just that you subconsciously do so because... What the heck? What? I didn't know that. That makes things... What? Okay, so apparently pressing ZL switches characters. Goodness. Wow, I had no idea. I actually had no idea. Because, like, it doesn't tell you, right? Like, that was weird. If you press ZL, the left trigger, you switch characters. I always pause to switch characters. None of you guys told me. Oh yeah, so in terms of making up code names, that's the thing though, we kind of did have a code name. Well, already just having Lee would be the code name, right? The problem is though, is that
I'm certain it'll be worth it in the long
the nickname that I use IRL is already like my common association. That's just usually how it is. Like, it's just commonly I'm referred to as this, and that's why, like, that's why my friend kept saying my name accidentally so many times, is because that's kind of how he expresses himself. When he's exasperated with me, for example, as you would be when playing a game like Mario Party, that's what happens. I didn't realize, like, it's just like, that was really weird, because I've never done it. I've never had to do it, because usually when I press L for Blade Switch, I think Blade Switch, not full character switch. Oh, man, that was an idiot moment for me. Just imagine that, I wish I had that image with me right now, put it on the computer, of, it was like this guy, he's in like a hipster hoodie, and he has like those really old-fashioned cameras, and he raises it up, but then they Photoshop Shrek's face on that guy, and he's just like, ugh, I guess I'm going into my cringe compilation now. Get back, Lora. I'll clear the way. Hang on, sorry, I need to... Okay. Well, you guys can enjoy this dialogue. Text message. Justin, welcome. That'll probably be the case with Smash, yeah. I'd say so. Well, it depends too. Like, it's really funny. I made a joke, but this is exactly how it's gonna go down. Is that like, I asked people, you know, would you guys be cool with having John back on the show? But then I realized, wait a minute. But then it doesn't matter because I'm gonna have him back on it regardless. that's the thing about John though. People didn't seem to mind so much him being around, which is great. Just want to say that. Great. Oh, that volcano. So strong. Yeah, but yeah, going back to the whole thing though, like he's actually a much more outspoken personality than I am, if you can believe that. I'm the much more quieter one of the two of us. I think you guys probably would have gathered that when you saw his reactions to the double zeros. But that's what it is though. It's like, yeah, again, once the camera's on you, you become a different person. Oh, so strong. The damage that was doing. So just so you guys know, my main strategy for fighting these things is just driver combo volcano everything. Because that is, like, by the time that gets started, they're bursted down to death. Just fantastic. I think we could do the exact same. No, we can't. I forgot that Steam Explosion is fire first. It's fine. Okay, wait, land a break? Yes. And then we can get this fire. Easily dead. Should add more lyrics to this song. Oh yeah, easily the battle theme. Yeah, honestly, the battle theme is... like, the battle theme of this game I really liked. And I think part of the reason why I really liked it is because I refrained from listening to it when they originally released it. Also, Barbosa, hello! But basically what it is though is that, like, playing Smash Bros, I'm looking forward to it, honestly. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, just so you guys know, we are pretty much done with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at this point. I think I don't like saying my plans, but I might as well say this because you guys are here, and far be it for me to deny you something to look forward to. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to is doing something for the anniversary of the... I don't... was it global release? Or at least, like, the Western release of this game. Super looking forward to it. And I feel like that would be, like, the best way to finish making Xenoblade Chronicles 2 content, is to make this one last video to celebrate its release from a year ago. Because this is a really... Honestly, it's really funny. I distinctly remember buying this game, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I didn't know what to expect. I really only bought it because I needed a new game to tide me over between Fire Emblem Warriors DLC. I didn't even think I was going to make videos about this game, to be honest, so, yeah, goodness. This goes to show how much life can change. I had no expectations of making videos for this game, and I wasn't even entirely sure how I could make videos for this game. So there's that, too. But yeah, honestly though, the soundtrack though, the battle theme for this game is really, really good. I didn't get to hear it early on, and I just really enjoyed it. It was just everything. Okay, use the potion. Infinity. Ready. Yeah, once Jin gets a classic medal, he's like immediately gonna win most of the time. It's just that we don't have a classic medal just yet, so this could be a problem. Oh, come on! Alright. Yeah, might as well let Mithra do this then. Go, Mithra, go. Or, yeah, okay, that's about real, man. Hang on a second, you guys. Okay, so we can do lightning build. But the thing is, we don't need second sun, though. So, never mind. There we go. Level 2. And then we can have Hugo finish this off. Okay, how many do we have? Switch. And I think we're good. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Here we go. Yeah, 5. Perfect. Oh, problem though. I did not think this through. Okay, we have to be... I should have had Aegeon do something. That was my bad. Okay, we're just gonna have to do our best. I don't think we're gonna pull this off. Mithra, do something good. Do something good, baby. Do something good. Okay, good. She did. Yeah, because like the thing is, if I had a water element, then it would have been fine.
Magnificent.
And now we can just do this. Sweet.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
Okay, I need you to do me a favor, Hugo. Don't hit light. Don't hit light, Hugo. Don't do it. Oh, you jerk! I knew that. I knew it was coming. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, okay, that's a wipe. Okay. I messed it up. Okay. Sorry. Hello. Hello, Jojo. Hey, it's been a while since we had Jojo on the show.
We're not done yet.
Dark Souls. Honestly, I'm thinking that Dark Souls is highly likely going to be the next stream. I know that I've said a thing where like I only like to play Switch exclusive titles, but Dark Souls is a happy exception because that is one of my favorite games ever. Plus, when you think about it, like The Legend of Zelda, a game that I hold very closely in my heart, and a series overall, is like my favorite. Like, you know, it's my favorite series, but it's also the original Dark Souls, so there's that too. I'm not just saying that to be like weird and be like, oh, every game is Dark Souls when I think about it. It's actually like legitimately an inspiration for that game. So that's kind of what I want to do. This. Nice elementals. What the heck are you doing, Jin? He's walking on sunshine. Oh, come on. Okay, we're good. I guess. Okay, yeah, wait, we need the water element for this one. Honestly, the only reason why I'm not interacting so much is because I'm kind of focused on the fight. You'll understand when your roles are and need to save the world. Do I wanna... Yeah, we're gonna have to. Oh, but she built it so slowly though. Wait, we have a fire element already. Actually, but the thing is, though, I don't know. I know that people like to joke about me not interacting, but that is something I do take very seriously, though. Where I try to interact as best as I can, because that's like the one thing that I can do. Okay, I think I can switch to give ice. Oh, we can. Okay. Yeah, this isn't that bad. We just have to make sure we survive before he does a wild wave. Okay. What other elements could we use? Volt. Okay. And then now, because we have the earrings, right? So we should be able to like just score excellent a bunch of times. If Lora can be here, thank you. Come on, one more. Add a little more. Oh my gosh, Lora, come on! The stench is really too strong in this game. Okay, now we're good. We're good. Yeah. Okay, we did it properly this time, and this is guaranteed overkill. Oh man. The thing is that we just need to have that water element because we have 2 fire elementals on our team.
Magnificent.
I can't believe it messed up. It only messed up last time because Hugo decided to get that one thing we couldn't break. Even though everything else was set up perfectly. Okay. I hate using her level 2 because it doesn't hit as many times, but we have no choice. And a Geon, why not?
Magnificent.
Yeah, this is a done deal at this point.
Magnificent.
Yeah, it's really funny because in this game, like in Torna, it's so much easier to get elemental orbs because they basically just gave everyone a hidden orb master, which I appreciate, but at the same time, it's just like, man. Honestly, the combat in this game feels a lot spammier and faster in comparison to all the other aspects of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Excellent.
Yeah, this would be it. I actually could have just used Hugo in the previous round. That would have also been beneficial for us. Yeah, Minoth. Minoth is crazy. Honestly, I think out of all the blades, usage-wise, I think Minoth is my favorite. He's so fun to use. But in terms of drivers, I think Hugo is my favorite to use. Like, Hugo's my favorite driver, but in terms of, like, actually fighting and killing things, it's Minoth. It's, you know, who knows. It's a much simpler combat, too. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm genuinely curious as to seeing whether or not people that have never played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 would be super into this combat as I am. Because I feel like my main appreciation for this combat is that I've played so much of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to the point where I know the ins and outs, I know the things that got buffed, I'm just that much more aware. That's how I find. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, but that's kind of the trade-off though for using Hugo. And honestly, this is a problem that's plagued Xenoblade actually, or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, is the fact that the AI can be very questionable because the AI plays a certain way. And it's really weird that that's the case, considering that this is the kind of game where there's so much expression, there's so much customization that you can do. You'd think it would be a lot more freeform, but unfortunately the AI does have to stick to a bunch of rules, which is annoying. Addam's a really fun driver to use too. Like, honestly, all of the drivers in this game are very fun to use. I like Lora because she's very spammy. She pretty much embodies Torna. She basically embodies Torna in the sense that you're constantly hitting buttons and making stuff happen. The only problem though is that when the AI controls her, it is something that does damage to herself, which is like, why? Anyways, what else can I say? Yeah, that's the other thing too about this game I've noticed is that in terms of level differences, you really feel level differences, or at least I did in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I really felt the level differences in that game. Like, if they're like one level above you, then it feels like an uphill battle already, and you barely scrape by if they're your level or a level behind you. In this game, not so much, but again, I feel like that's because I'm so used to the combat. Oh, we have to go to the shopping ward. I think it's just because I'm so used to the combat at this point that I know... I remember, yeah, like we fought against a Unique and people thought I was going to die. Like early on in Gormods, people thought I was going to die because this enemy was 7 levels above us, but it's like, no, if you fusion combo things to death. The only reason why we died is because we didn't have Hugo in our party at the time. What do you want to see from Monolith Soft's new IP? I actually haven't seen the concept art. That being said, though, I'm highly looking forward to anything that Monolith puts out now, simply because this game kind of made me a bit of a fan for them. Oh yeah, sorry, someone asked if I wanted to play other Xenoblade games, or other Xeno games, rather. Kind of want to, but at the same time, it's really difficult to balance. Thankfully, the Nintendo Switch is really good for playing games that are time-consuming because you can just take it with you everywhere. And then, even if you can only play 1 hour, if you play 1 hour every day, and this is like the bare minimum, by the way. Like, you play 1 hour every day for 24 days. That's a whole day's worth of gameplay right there. Which is why I'm super looking forward to Smash Bros, because that means I actually get to take the time to play it. Whereas previously with Smash Bros, I really want to play it a lot, but it's just that, like, I was playing a lot of PS3 at the time, and that would mean like unhooking the PS3 from the TV. Wait a minute, figure this out. But sorry, but yeah, going to other Xeno games though. I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for the 3DS. I'm playing that game. I'm enjoying it. It's just that I got sidetracked because recently, I don't know if you guys knew this, but recently they had Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda, on Nintendo Switch Online, and there's like an easy mode of sorts. And I remember being I remember being like, I was half joking, half serious about how stupid I found it. Because honestly, if you know what you're doing, the first Legend of Zelda is one of the easiest games ever. And it feels good though, because like you're just overpowered and you're beating up everyone in like 1 or 2 hits, which is amazing. It's an amazing game. It's still one of my favorite games of all time, and easily one of my favorite Zelda games. So yeah, that came out, and I had the Legend of Zelda on both the GameCube and the 3DS. So I started playing the 3DS game a lot lately because I want to know, do I still got it? Do I still got it in me to play one of the greatest games of all time? And turns out, yeah, I do. I died several times, but it was fun. So that's basically what it is, though. Oh, sorry, Nia number 1. Hang on. I wish there was a cutscene where I could not. Okay, this is the perfect thing to stop on. Let me just update the Discord link for the description. Okay. Yeah, sure. It'll... Okay, so it got updated now, so hopefully that works. But yeah, all I wanted to say though is that, yeah, I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. I like it so far. I kind of miss aspects of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had... Like, I find right now, this is just my first impression, this might change, just so you guys know. That's kind of how it is with opinions. They tend to change over time. But the way that I feel about Xenoblade Chronicles 1's combat system is that... It's that, like, I like the fact that you can mitigate damage by being out of the enemy's attack range, or by using abilities that interrupt the enemy's abilities, or defend against enemy abilities. That's really, really cool. But I also miss... Like, I like the defensive aspects of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, but I do not like the offensive aspects. Like, I like the idea of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where you can just go nuts by mashing away with all your skills and crit heal and all that stuff, but it comes at the cost of not being able to defend yourself, because, you know, as everyone knows, if you play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and a guy does a melee attack on you, then you will get hit no matter where you are in the world. What the... Okay, so I messed that up. It's Yanchik Harbor, not Gormat. Yanchik. Here we go. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 though, I do enjoy it. In terms of the cast, I don't really like the casts all that much. It's not because I find them insufferable. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the cast. Wait, hang on, how many more polymers do I need? Give me a second. Hold that thought about the cast. Oh, okay. Shoot, we got quite a ways to go. Well, we're lighting lanterns then. Okay. Oresco. Fun fact: Oresco is based in the root word Orum, which means gold, as in Torna, the golden country. Ugh, it's like grade 1 stuff here. Alright, oh wait, is it on a rooftop? Is that why it's... Is that why I haven't gotten it yet? Or is it like just... No, wait, I think it's around here. We're getting warmer. The Discord link to... I thought I updated it, though. Like, I did all of the steps required of me. It's no use! It's no use! It's no use! Okay, hang on, let me just generate the link, and I'll update it. It's no use! Okay. Oh man, there's a lot of moments like this, isn't there? It's Can I zoom in a little bit more? Just have a stop there. Okay, that's enough. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Let me just answer Tux's question about Spider-Verse. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but I really am looking forward to this one because it's just like all the different, like, there's not really much I can say that that people don't already know. But I really enjoy. I really like the concept of Spider-Gwen, for example. Spider-Gwen's a really cool concept, and the fact that Nicolas Cage is gonna be Spider-Noir, that's gonna be great. Okay, so all I wanted to say about the characters, I don't think they're bad at all. But remember, you look at it from the context of me playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 first. So the thing is, because yeah, that's the thing too. Like, because I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 first, I also am not a very big fan of the art style of this game. It's not a bad art style. In fact, I'm pretty sure someone can make the case that it's a good art style. I just don't like it because it's not my taste. I prefer the style that they use in this game. But anyways, that aside though, the cast, I think part of the reason why I didn't like the cast very much, or like, I like Shulk. I really like Shulk. He's great. It's just that, like, you put the tier level of Shulk and the cast of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and then the cast of Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Shulk is, like, above all of them, and then you have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 cast, and then you have, like, the neighboring Xenoblade Chronicles 1 cast. That's kind of how I felt about it. Because Shulk is a really good character, but I don't like everyone else nearly as much, which I guess is the intention. And it's better than the opposite, where you prefer the entire cast over the main character. I think that's that too. And, yeah, so all I really wanted to say is that when it came to the characters, I found that the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, they have an aspect of them that people like, but it's more of a meme than anything else. Whereas, like, the characters of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, they easily all could have been protagonists of their own game. Like, you look at Nia, you look at Zeke, you look at Morag, they all totally would have been characters. Oh, but the thing is, okay, here's the caveat, though. I really like Riki. I really like Riki. I adore Riki, rather. So that is the caveat, though. Is that I'm not a very big fan of, like, most of the cast members, but I like Shulk and I like Riki. I don't know if I like Riki more than Tora, because, well, maybe I like Riki more than Tora, but the problem with Tora is that you need Tora to have Poppy, and Poppy is one of my favorite characters of all time, so there's that. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that we can do right now. I really like Riki, though, especially like his intro cutscene. And the thing is, too, the reason why I'm so excited to play Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is so that I can get all the references, so that was nice. Also, I just want to point out that I laughed out loud when I found out that Riki had a family. He had a wife and kids. So, the big joke that I thought to myself was that he's the only main character. He and Addam are the only main characters that have canonically gotten laid in canon. Oh, man. Say that goes for Captain Olimar. What a stud. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, I don't know much about Riki right now, but I feel like he's going to be a much more fun character than Tora. It's just that Tora gave us Poppy, and that's what gives him a bit of an edge. It's not really to do with Tora himself, but, well, no, it is, though, isn't it? Technically is. Anyway. Okay, there's many quests, and I'm keeping track of none of them right now. Well, we might as well... Yeah, okay, let's do this one, because... Yeah, might as well just do these all in order. Oh yeah, sorry, I broke my own spoiler rule. So basically, the thing about Addam is that he's... Shoots. Okay, well, yeah, well, we're already in too deep. But basically, the thing is, Addam, he's actually married. And he's expecting his first kid. So, yeah. It's in one of the side quests. Oh, it's actually in the side quest that I really... It's probably my favorite side quest in this game, actually. The one where it's the sick girl and her mom. And, like, you know, you immediately see them, but you can't do anything for them immediately. So that's what it is. Yeah, okay, so Rex. Rex is also a very controversial part of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Actually, I would say that he's the most controversial part of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, being that some people really like him, some people really hate him. I really like him, but the thing about Rex, though, that so first of all, there's the voicing aspect of it. I like Al Weaver as I like Al Weaver's performance. It's just that again, it comes down to direction. The direction of voice acting in this game was completely different from the direction of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which people laud as one of the best aspects of localization ever. So there's that. Now the other thing about Rex as a character, so the thing about Rex as a character is that he does have like tons of plot armor, which is really weird, but at the same time, he also falls under the trope of you kill the enemy in the boss battle, but then the boss kills you in the cutscene kind of trope. So that's what it is. Like, I think that a lot of the reason why, again, remember, I played this game before I played Xenoblade Chronicles 1, so for a lot of people, they like Rex. Sorry, no, they don't like Rex as much. They don't like Rex as much because they had Shulk. And Shulk is a phenomenal character. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, there's just, I don't know, there's a lot. One of the other things too, again, kind of the reverse of Xenoblade Chronicles 1, is that the ensemble cast tended to be much more well-received than the protagonist. You know, with Rex being the protagonist, and then the ensemble cast being Tora, Nia, Pyra. Yeah, there's that. Okay, guys, which hat should be the final product? Is it the knit hat? Or the cat? Oh, I was about to make an absurd political statement with a certain kind of hat and another certain kind of hat. The pink hat? Or the one that was made in China? Oh man, let's step away from that before it's too late. Oh man, the knitted hat or the made in China hat? Oh man. Okay. Oh, let's... It was right there. Immediately the first thing I thought, because whenever I think hats, I think of the state of America right now. Woo! Okay. I said I'd step away from it, so we'll do it. Then again, I'm from China, so shouldn't this be like, we'll go to China then. Sorry guys, that wanted the knit hat, but we want the cap. Because I think I did knit hat in the previous playthrough that I did. Hey Pineapple, thanks very much for joining us. Have a good sleep. Oh, okay, Fortnite. You make a very good point about Rex. Actually, that's actually very, very important. Yeah, no, honestly, my first impression of Rex, but you never really get that because the game, like, you know, that only lasted for so long. So, yeah, okay. So when you first meet Rex, he is he's just a lone salvager, and he lives on. Well, he does live in a village, but the thing is, though, he spends most of his days sleeping on a Titan's back. So that's like a high fantasy aspect already. And the fact that, like, as soon as you meet him the first fight, he kills a crab and then he cooks it immediately, right then and there. He just cooks it. That was actually, yeah, that was actually a very interesting, like, bit of character exposition. That was a very good one. But the thing is, though, after that, though, it didn't really, like, once the mission finished and he got the Aegisaur, it didn't really... That never really came back. Like, yes, they did bring, like, the whole salvager thingy. Sure. But, yeah, no, honestly, you bring up a really good point, though. Alright, do we get the hubby, or do we get the manning the gates? I guess we'll man the gates. But yeah, that's what it is, though. Cause, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I wanted to say this last time. Oh, no, I think I did say this last time, but you know how, like, a few weeks ago when I was talking about why I like Jin and Lora so much, and it's because they had a completely platonic relationship. They were just really close, and that's what made it so meaningful. That's what made it arguably more meaningful than if they had a romantic relationship. Because it didn't feel forced, it felt very natural. So one of the things about, like, I don't mind ships of fictional characters. Like, it's okay. Like, honestly, like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with shipping characters until it becomes about attacking the creators that didn't want the ship, or attacking other people for liking a certain ship, you know? We talked about this last time, but, you know, I want to bring it back up because I feel that this is important and warrants more discussion. What happened here was that the only time I will take issue with a ship is when it purely detracts from a character's development. So we talk about Rex, and the reason why people don't like Rex is because he didn't develop that much. He honestly did. It's just that that was kind of eclipsed by the whole aspect of shipping between him, Mithra, Pyra, Nia. So the point that I'm trying to get to is that the infamous cutscene in Spirit Crucible Elpis, and yes, we get to spoil this because this is a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 spoiler. The I Love You Nia scene. That part, it was actually much more meaningful than people recognized, which was a little unfortunate. Because the thing about that particular scene, the whole point of that scene is to explain the third sword. And the whole I Love You Nia and all of you guys is because this is the character arc of Rex. That Rex, he cares so much about this entire world that he'll do anything to reach Elysium. And that involves saving Pyra, that involves saving Mithra, and that means obtaining the sword, because he doesn't fight for himself, as Addam said. Like, you don't fight for just yourself, you fight for all of these people, and that's very, very meaningful. Also, I just want to say that Bridget, why would he... I like the dynamic between those two as well, because Haze is just too pure for this world. Look at this! Look at this speech bubble! Just shows how innocent Haze is. Oh man, this is... I like this cast. I really like this cast. But that's kind of what it was, though, is that, like, the whole shipping thing, it really did distract people from what was really important. And you'll actually find that, yeah, like, I find myself involved in a lot of, like, Xenoblade fan circles. I don't really get involved that much because I tend to kind of, what's it called? Disassociate from fandoms because, you know, that's just how I am. But I find that whenever we talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we don't talk about the plot. We just talk about the ships or the and there's nothing wrong with talking about the characters, really. In fact, it's good that you're talking about the characters because that means that they're good characters. What the? Oh, I was kind of hoping that would be like an infinite loop until I had to press something. Oh boy, this is bad. But yeah, that's kind of what it is though. Like, I feel like more people should have talked about that, more of motivations. One of my favorite discussions was when we talked about the ending of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and why we found that we were discussing whether or not the ending was good. At first, I didn't like the ending, because I found that it was... I prefer bittersweets over sweets, you know? But someone had an argument. I have a lot of respect for this person for... I have a lot of respect for this person trying to go against my argument. But yeah, we talked about, like, you know, that it's much more important because it's part of Mithra or Pyra's character development, which is fair, but I didn't really see it at the time. But then after playing this DLC, I actually wish I could talk to this person again. I wish I could talk to this person again. But I actually agree with this person now, because after playing this DLC, without spoiling anything, it makes way more sense that the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 ended the way that it did. Damn it, it's a lot, right? Oh yeah. let's make some volcanoes.
Great change.
Probably should be dead by then, though, right? Probably.
Stun.
Oh yeah, dead. Topple. Launch. Boom. Oh, the combat in this game is really fun. Breaky. Yes. Haha. Launchy. Come on, Addam. Come on. Addam, you jerk. Alright, get some more. Oh no, I mistimed it. I meant to hit the gravity so that while this was going on, gravity was also still going on. Oh, it's okay.
Excellent.
Break? No, not quite. Get the break. Yes. I should make up more lyrics for this because I know people enjoyed that last time. And by enjoy, I mean they turned off and muted the volume immediately. Come on. Yeah, honestly, honestly, I feel like if that's the case with community being added because people could skip them, I'm pretty sure then it was aimed for people like me. Oh, switch. Haze. Yeah. Oh, electrical goal. That is Calvinism, my friend. I mean, oh wait, I just realized it's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. Oh, launchy. Yeah. Oh, so fun. I love the fact that switching in also does driver combos. That's sick. And the fact that they gave the protagonist a multi-hit break that's easy to recharge. There's no Dodson available, right? That's fine. Okay, here comes Jen. Break? Yes! Oh, that is brutal. We need to smash him into the ground. Cancel. Add a little more. Keep the launch. Yes. And I think the dot should finish him off. Yep. So fun. Oh yeah, actually that's a good point too. Lora's ice cube. Does anyone remember what happened to that? RK at you. I think I know exactly what you're talking about, but I thought I was imagining things. Is that true though? The elfin Hilda. Okay, so those guys that don't know, Hilda is this... Was it a Netflix animated series? I just remember that my sister was watching it, and then there's this one elf character that's like, well, very... no, I don't want to do the Tora impression, I can't do it. But yeah, no, there's a character, he sounded like a lot like Tora, like the exact same voice. Oh, that's okay. That's funny. That's really funny because I heard the voice and it sounded exactly like Tora minus the Nopon speech impediment. That's cool. Lora's cube was with Mikhail, but Mikhail survived. Oh well, yeah. Well, in any case, if it got completely destroyed, then never mind. Leaves us wide open for a sequel.
You have my thanks.
Oh man. It's called Captain Torna, the Winter Soldier. Yeah, that's the thing. Mikhail survived. I feel like he absolutely survived. Like he has all of his memories and everything. That's cool. Yeah, that's actually a really interesting thought. Okay, yeah, sorry. That was okay. I was wondering like. That elf in Hilda sounded really familiar. Like, I thought, like, is that Tora? No, there's no way. But no, okay, but then it happens. That's cool.
Our efforts are paying. Looks like you're getting the hang of me.
More fisticuffs favor.
All right, getting there.
Think of the
I think you were supposed to like Child's Mikhail more than Adult Mikhail. The thing about Adult Mikhail is that he's just a very different personality just because he's lived for that long. Whereas the child, he's just like... Well, I think part of the reason why I like the cast of Torna so much too is that the kid characters were very meaningful characters, and they're very meaningful characters, first of all. And the fact that, like, they weren't annoying. As it tends to be with a lot. Okay, we have the silver gauntlets, but once... I don't think I have a, like, what's it called? Beta scope kind of thing. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing too, like, in terms of Jin, like, part of what makes Jin so fascinating is the fact that we know how he ends up, and it's cool because we actually get to see him turn into that. So, one of the big themes of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the concept of death and rebirth. But the thing about the death and rebirth in this scenario is that rebirth comes with a price, and that price is... Why is it not tracking? Okay. Now we're tracking. Coolly liking Gormat. Also, there's a quest there that we could also pick up. Okay, hang on. Let's pick up the quest first. Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, the whole concept of death and rebirth, right? So, for Jin, like, we know that he had someone special to him that died. That's as far as we knew about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And how he realized that this is, like, something that can't change, that humanity will never change. And he'd rather aid Malos in, pretty much, like, that's kind of how Malos managed to win him over. It would have been nice to see the cutscene.
May I offer my assistance?
It would have been nice to see the cutscene of Jin being alone and sad in an alleyway, and then Malos finding him. But you know, this works out too. Oh man, we're gonna bank on this. Hang on. So that's kind of what it is, though. Is that like with Jin, you get that, and the fact that he turns out the way he does makes a little bit more sense. Some people might not like it as much, but obviously, but I think that's just a mark of a good villain, really, is that, like, you don't like their motivations, but you understand them. Yeah, would you rather lose all your memories or emotions if you had to choose one to be reborn? Good question, actually. Okay, let's think about that. Okay, let's properly think this through. First of all, like, don't you have memories? Because here's the thing, like, Bridget has memories, but she doesn't have emotions regarding those memories, which is really unfortunate because she clearly cared about Hugo. That being said, when it comes to keeping your emotions make you who you are, because that dictates how you react in any given situation. Whereas your memories, like, you could have any memory, but if you look on it with a different kind of emotion, then it's going to be a different kind of meaning. So let's just say something bad happened to you, or something terrible, traumatizing happened to you, and you lost that memory. Would remembering that make you a stronger person, or would it make you a bitter person? And that's something for me to think about too, because, like, I've had bad stuff happen to me in the past. Not like super traumatic, but bad stuff happens. But that's the thing too. I think from some people's perspective, the stuff that happens to me could be like the worst thing ever. But if you keep your emotional inclination, I think I'd prefer that. But then lose the memories. Also, I think I'll keep the emotions, but I'll lose the memories, because my emotions would just, you know, they would help define my characteristics as a person. Not define. It would lead my characteristics as a person. I think that's much more important. Also, we should probably keep track of these quests and not waste everyone's time. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you talk about emocionales. Wait, what? Okay. Cooley Lake. Oh, it's just over here. But that's the thing, though. This is like, if you have a certain set of emotions, like a very good emotional inclination, bad memories aren't going to be all bad. It'll still be bad, but you kind of take it in stride better. So that's kind of what I would go for. Like, you know, I really like Corvin. Corvin is one of my favorite blades in Xenoblade Chronicles too, and the fact that he has a very can-do attitude I really enjoy, despite the fact that he has no memories to go with that attitude. Okay, Smith, thanks very much for joining us, man. Yeah, we gotta gather everything. That's kind of the only thing about this DLC too. Gathering is very useful, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. Well, I guess I like the gathering in this game better than Xenoblade Chronicles 1's. That gathering felt kind of annoying. Oh boy, we are quite a ways from this plot point. I can also see why people complained about the compass, side quests compass system in this game too. Because after playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1, the 3D arrow, why didn't they keep that? Why didn't they keep a 3D arrow? That would have helped me a lot. Justin Tan, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Just thank you archive people for dealing with me in all these trying times. Alright, got ourselves some community.
Well done, us.
Okay, we need 10 more people, which could be easy as cake. Okay, so that's that. Could be easy. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, honestly, just to answer the question though, I think if I was a blade, personally, I'd keep the emotions. Like, no, not even being a blade, just in general. If I could be reborn, I would keep my emotional inclination. I'd keep my personality. Although, the thing is though, here's the flip side of that. The flip side is that your memories make you into who you are, and they guide your emotions. Like, if you learn how to deal properly with a traumatic incident, I'm also talking about trauma, but that's like the first thing that comes to mind. If you're good at dealing with one, then that's a lesson that you learn and take to the future too. Because I guarantee that I would be totally bad at taking trauma, like 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. So that's that too.
I won't lie. It feels good.
Alright, who's next? Who's next on the chopping block? Clearing out many quests. I don't think we'll go all the quests though. Okay, let me try to remember. Another thing that we also have to do is just look over the... Yeah, but that's the thing though, like, if you fake or misremember memories, I think that also points towards who you are as a person too, right? So that's kind of like the flip side of the flip side, rather. Is that, like, your memories, they... Like, how you choose to look back on your memories also defines you as a person. But sometimes you have to make that decision that I'm going to look back on this memory as a lesson and not as the thing that... forces me to act a certain way in certain situations, because that's also unfair. Do I... But no, honestly, it goes many different ways. I think because everyone's different, right? So that's kind of the thing for me too. Is that I'm not entirely sure. I can't guarantee how exactly I'd act in a certain situation. Is there like nowhere to go? Wait. Oh, do you want? I want to get the campsites over here. Grab that. Yeah, so that's the other thing I wanted to add too, and this is something I want to say to you guys in the archive as well. Something I can't stand, I can understand, but I can't stand, is is the fact that there's really only so much you can blame your childhood for. I get that, yes, your childhood does shape a lot of your personality, and that things that happen to you as a kid will shape your actions moving forward, but things though, there's only so much. Eventually you do reach a point where it's like, am I going to do something rotten because I was treated badly as a kid? Or am I going to refrain from doing this thing because, like, I understand that that's the wrong thing to do, or this is the right thing to do. That's kind of how I always felt. I really don't like it when people, they just blame their childhoods for any bad thing that they think, or any bad perception they have, because there's only so much that you can do to blame that. So there's that as well, like, about the whole memories thing, is that it's best to not keep your memories, because the person you are, the person that your emotions can form, is going to dictate how you make new memories. Anyways, it's not as deep as it sounds, you guys, believe me. Honestly, I would love another. I remember this is how Japanese RPGs started. Actually, they started off very medieval. If you played like the early Final Fantasy games, I mean like from Final Fantasy 1 to 4, maybe 5. I haven't played 5, but yeah, like they went super medieval, which is awesome. But like, yeah, I think the main difference between Western RPGs and Japanese RPGs at the time wasn't the environments, it was the people within the environments. So in the case of Final Fantasy, they were all pre-made characters. Well, at least from Final Fantasy 4. 1, 2, and 3, not so much. How do I... Oh, man, okay, this new Gormats is confusing. It has is missing many of the warp points. Honestly, honestly, whatever the game is, as long as it's weird because I'm no game developer, so I don't know exactly what makes a game good. I'm not like, you know, one of those YouTubers that does a video essay about like, oh, this game is good because this, and then they do this, or it's bad because it neglects to do this or this other thing. That stuff goes way over my head. Why? Yes, Screeb. Okay. Okay, bit of a okay. So I might. Okay, you know what? I might annoy some people by saying this, but I hate poetry. No offense to people that like it, but man, like the way that I feel about poetry is that it's just there's nothing really about it I find particularly high class. It's just that a lot of snobs took it over. That's kind of how I feel. Like, there's nothing really about that I find high class. It's just that, yeah, snobs took it over, so it became a little bit pretentious. This is just my perception, by the way. I could be wrong. Why? But that's how I find it, personally. But again, obviously there are exceptions. I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt that you guys are the exception, but man, I can't stand it. I don't like it. Do not like. No break? No problem. Oh, stone. Those are the volcano setups. There we go. Keep the launch. Don't let go of the launch until I tell you to. Switch. Oh, I tried smashing. Okay, dots, go. Yes. Oh man, the combat in this game is so fun. Wait, can I? Yeah, auto attack. I'm trying to auto attack cancel with the switch, but it's not as easy as it is with full-on switching in from blade to driver. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. There you go. Hang on, I'll be right back with you guys. Let me just do this thing. Okay, so yeah, okay, so in terms of philosophy, I'm actually not super into philosophy, actually. Like, it's just that everything that I know regarding anything quote-unquote philosophical, gosh. Oh, I have to play the game! No! Don't make me play the game! I like how that's what it boils down to. I just can't be bothered to play the game.
Stop. Break. Stop. Break.
Okay, keep it. Keep the break, Switch, yes! Woo, boy. Sorry, favorite blade, aside from Jin, Minoff. So fun. Minoff is incredibly fun. Wait, keep the topple, yes? Nice, we got it. Oh, well, I have beaten this game, Fortnite. I have beaten this game. I think I beat this game like the day after it came out. Oh, I accidentally messed up the dot. That's okay. We're good. Oh yeah. Yeah, Minos is definitely my favorite character though. One of my favorite characters. It's funny actually. I find that Dark Elemental Blades tend to be my favorite in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. For example, Cassandra is my favorite Shield Hammer. Or, out of all the DLC blades, there's Telos and Elma. Both very, very fun in their own specific way. And then you have, like... I think for, like, basically... Well, except for Ether Cannons, Dark Elements tend to be my favorite. Ether Cannons and Chroma Katanas, I guess, would be the exceptions. Alright. Oh, we haven't rested in a while, either. But, you know, also, I've beaten this game already, so I know the ending. But we won't talk about the ending just yet. We'll talk about the ending when it happens, for the benefit of people watching this for the first time, or for the people in the archives that are also kind of following along. I know I spoiled the fact that Addam is married, but honestly, though, like that's like unvoiced dialogue in a side quest, so, you know, take it as you will. I like Azami because her damage output is ridiculously high for an Ether Cannon, especially for an Ether Cannon. It's just that I think, in terms of favorite Ether Cannon, Shiba's my favorite. Shiba is like one of the most meaningful blades to me, because she was one of the first ones I ever got. She was my introduction into Xenoblade, essentially, because I'm a very grindy kind of person, you know? Like, I like grinding in JRPGs, and Shiba let me do that, which was sick. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna quickly take a bit of a stretch break, and then after that we're gonna power through for the remaining time. So, feel free to just enjoy this really nice picture by Weirdo. It's an outfit swap. Really good one. I wish I found the other outfit swap for Lora and Hayes, but I'll see if I can find that. Maybe next time. Next Saturday. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Alright. Did you guys hear that story about that streamer that died, and instead of helping everyone in the chat, just pressed F? It's like, oh. It's like the weirdest thing. Alright. Oh yeah, no, honestly, it's funny actually. I like making jokes about Cosmos and how weak she is all the time. It's one of my favorite things, because it's so clearly bait, but people fall for it anyway. Because like, and even if like, I did mean it, you know, like everyone knows how powerful she is, so what would my saying anything do exactly? You like that sentence that I made right now? Yeah, but like, what would anything I say actually do? Okay, we have no more side quests here. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of barrels. Because the barrels are kind of... like, there's more than enough barrels to go around. It's just that, like, you have to go to, like, hidden areas, too. Well, anyways, I guess we'll fight against... ah, man. Oh, you know what? Knighting ceremony. Let's do it. Wait! Quest! Success! No, that's the really weird thing about it, Shabadoobie, is the fact that people still take the bait. I soloed the game with her. Although, yeah, the thing about Cosmos really is that it's not that I dislike her. In fact, I actually think her design's really cool. It's just that people that hype her up so much, and that's cool and all, but I'd rather try out other blades though. Like, she's not unfun by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that I find that the people that like her have a tendency to sort of, I don't know, I guess miss the point that you should be having fun with these blades and not just have the character with the most damage. I remember actually, this happens, one of my first Xenoblade videos was the Cosmos Showcase, and I wanted to do a thing, because I didn't want to just be like, oh, we're gonna chain attack. Actually, yeah, that was around the time when people were complaining that I was chain attacking all the time. And I was like, yeah, that's true though. It's not fun for you to watch, it's not fun for me to record, so let's try other things. So what I want to do, I made a Cosmos video focused around her level 2 special, and combining that with Shiva, who is a non-random blade. And people really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun to use. You know, it was just a lot of fun. But I remember, like, some people, like, there's this one commenter. It was just the one. It wasn't like there was a massive epidemic of this. But there's just one commenter that said, this is a terrible video because you didn't show off how powerful she was in chain attacks. But I'm like, you could literally just do that yourself by pressing plus. As I did this now, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's the thing though, you literally could do that yourself by using Cosmos, have her at the max affinity, and level 1 special, plus aux cores, and then burst symbols on all our characters, and press plus. Congratulations, you did the video that you wanted, without needing to waste any of your bandwidth. That's how I felt, anyways. Like, you know, I don't take offense to people that like to play like that. But for me, again, you have to also take it from the perspective that I make videos for people to watch and for people to enjoy. And for me, just commentating over a chain attack, because remember, I went through like almost all the blades too. Like I went through like I have to go through all the blades, and when you do so, it's like, you have to mix things up. You have to explore all the different aspects of Xenoblade Chronicles too, not just burst symbols. And I think that paid off in the end overall. I still get my fair share of criticisms for this, but honestly, when you look at it from the perspective of just, we need to make a bunch of videos, and people expect these videos, you know, you can't blame me for trying to mix things up a bit, shake things up. Here we go. Oh, they did damage. Oh, these things are weak. Yikes. Okay. They do not take hits at all. Let's try to heavily disrupt these guys. There we go. Oh, and this is gonna apply the inexhaustible talents art. I love talents arts in this game.
Great.
I really like them. Like, because like they help define each character very, very well.
Great change.
Oh yeah, also if you give Jin a mean matter chip, I'm pretty sure he can beat Malify himself. Easy. Oh wait, no, there's more. Plus wait, there's more. I cannot see what's going on, and honestly, neither can you. Alright. The really funny thing about the Japanese cast for this game is that there's a lot of notable voice actors. Uh-oh. I should probably switch to Haze. Oh, okay. There's a lot of notable voice actors in the Japanese dub, which was crazy considering that, like, part of the reason why I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 dub so much is that I didn't recognize anyone, which is great. Which is great, because that kind of... Because, honestly, recognizing people does take me out of the game. But that's why it surprised me so much that the likes of Saori Hayami and Takahiro Sakurai voiced the main characters of Torna. That was a big surprise for me. Honestly, though, it makes sense when you consider Haze's personality. I think Saori Hayami would definitely be a good match. Also, Jing, thanks very much for joining us. Get this? Okay. 4. Hopefully this should be enough to seal the deal. I keep forgetting, like, one of the things that I like doing is activating a blade combo from another character while activating level 4. But, okay. Yeah, Jin's Japanese voice actor is also Cloud's voice actor. And he's designed by Cloud's designer, so there's that too. It's just a really nice little meta thing. I remember that was the first thing that I noticed. But also, yeah, the thing about Takahiro Sakurai is that whenever he voices characters, yeah, he actually doesn't have a very different voice. He doesn't change his voice that much. It's just that he makes the character work for him, which is awesome, and something that I wish I could do. But essentially, part of what makes him so cool is that the characters that he voices tend to be like very charismatic characters, and honestly, that's the kind of character that Jin is too. Jin has a bit of a charisma to him. It might not necessarily be in the strictest sense, like, you know, like, I don't know, Griffith from Berserk, but still up there though. Yeah, I remember making jokes that Jin should be in Smash Bros. As a Cloud clone. Yeah, because, you know, he get to charge the limit break. I guess instead of a limit break, it would be like a special meter, you know? And then instead of Omnis Slash, it would be the Heavenly Disrupt. Final Fantasy VI is... Yeah, I like Final Fantasy VI. I haven't played that game in a long time. It's... No, that's definitely... I feel like that would be bait, though. I feel like Final Fantasy VI is the kind of game where, like, if you think it's bad, then you haven't played it. Like, it's okay to say that it's overrated. That's fine. You can say that. By all means, you're entitled to that opinion. But to say it's bad, objectively speaking, I can't agree with that. Alright.
How reliable.
Yeah, because I don't want to do the knighting ceremony just yet.
I won't lie. It feels good.
I don't want to do the knighting ceremony just yet. Can we, like... Man. Okay, it should show up on the mini-map, though, right? Or in the quest map. Yeah, like the way that Final Fantasy tends to be very divisive when it comes to the games, but I feel like Final Fantasy VI would be the one game that isn't super divisive. So yeah, it seemed kind of baity to say that it's trash. Kind of like how I say Cosmos is trash. Okay, okay, there are no quests. Okay, do you know what? Okay, we're gonna do the knighting ceremony, you guys. We're gonna have a cutscene. So get that popcorn ready, and we're gonna get some knighting. Aside from streams, will you do fight guides for Torna's golden monsters? Well, doing fight guides. Well, technically, the blade showcases that I did were my strategies for fighting most of them.
Even on familiar ground.
No, all of them actually. I think we fought all of them. The Addam video was me fighting against 3 of them. My Team Lora video was us completely destroying Anise using Haze. Same thing goes for Hugo. Hugo was like for farming Anise. So yeah, we've already done videos, but that's part of the reason why I didn't make strategy videos for those characters, because each of the showcases that I did kind of already did that. I have to unlock more side quests, but I guess we'll just progress the plot for now. Jeez. Okay. Honestly, my favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy III. The remake for the 3D, for not 3DS, the DS. I really like that one. It was very light on plot. It's just that it was so hardcore. Like, it was just a really hardcore RPG. Also, here, have a cutscene. Let me quiet myself down a bit.
Hey, Jin.
Let you guys enjoy this.
That mask. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Since you're a Knight of Torna now, there's no danger of getting in trouble for resonating with a stolen core.
They both have such beautiful eyes.
What should we do with that?
Nothing, I think. I think I'll keep wearing it. You went to
So I
all
love
the
how they
trouble of
explain
making it
this,
for
too.
me.
The fact that Lora was the person that made the mask. It's great.
Yeah. I mean...
Huh?
Someday I'll die, and just like that you'll return to your crystal. Even if you forget everybody, at least you might be able to keep the mask that I made you.
Lora.
But I imagine that day's still a long way off, so don't worry.
If I were a praying man, I'd pray this journal finds its way to you. Trusting that it will, I will use these last words to pass down a means of carving the bond between myself and my partner into this flesh. This is how it is done.
When you do that, when you have to use a pin with gloves that thick, that's really hard to do. Just gonna point that out.
So, I'm officially a Tornan driver now. Okay, let's make some memories.
Addam's star is rising. It seems that the people love him.
And naught but the fruit of the king's whimsy and an obscure woman.
Ah,
Yet if only he were not the driver of the Aegis.
you'd each have your just share of dignity.
Ah, Core Crystal, long time no see. I like how no one goes up to help him. It's just like, yeah, screw this guy. They don't even like lift him up. Like, yo, do you think he's okay? Nope, nope, definitely dead.
Questor, is it really true that...
Certainly, I did give life to Malos, but when he acts, it's divine will.
The destruction of the world is the will of the divine.
Indeed it is. Malos is the instrument of destruction. Making the architect's will imminent takes many able hands.
Oh, and this exchange I really like. This is a really good exchange.
It may be this is exactly what they wanted. Become titans. Have a longer life with humans.
And the music that they use too. Goodness.
Oh, nothing. I was just remembering the previous time you said that.
I did?
My reply was, how about you? And what do you think you said?
I don't wish for forever. All I want is my life with her. That's plenty.
Ah. Spoken like a true blade. No one can begrudge you that.
I wonder how it was for you.
Well, honestly, I suppose I may well have been just like you, Jin. Still?
Still?
Being like this isn't so bad either. After some years, or centuries, you find yourself ready for new relationships. I came to realize that.
New relationships.
Okay, so hang on, let me just readjust the volume, and yeah. So one of the really interesting things too about that particular exchange, which I really enjoyed, it basically addresses how I've always felt about people that, you know, ask, would you rather live forever? And people that say, oh, I don't want to, because that would mean that I have to, you know, that would mean I'd have to, like, watch all my friends die. And that is true, you do watch your friends die, but the thing is, though, is that, well, first of all, you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. For all we know, the last time you ever saw your friends will literally be the last time. But at the same time, what happens is that as you continue to, you know, live in the world, and you always meet new people, and you'll realize that some of the friends that you had 8 years ago, you don't even talk to anymore. And that's kind of what life is, really, is that, like, you'll always make new friends. Even if you don't believe that you think that you desperately will only cling to this one person. So that's kind of the thing about Jin, is that for some people, they find that very relatable, but on the flip side, you'll also find that characters like Jin might be a little less... Oh my gosh. It has to be level 4. Yeah, you'll actually find that it's just part of growth, really. Okay, we can grab a few more. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say, though, is that, like, in terms of being able to live forever, I'd be down for that. Just remember, like, you know, I had friends before... Wait. Okay, I guess we'll rest.
I fight for my friends.
Well, that's true, yeah, Azurta's also a lot smaller, because as he gets older, he'll be able to, like, carry a house on his back. Also, it's really cool. Part of the reason why I like Torna so much as a DLC is because it really does make you want to play the game again, the core game again. Especially that exchange with him and Azurta, because when you first have that first fight scene with Pyra, it's just like Azurta knows both of those characters by now. Oh, Rainbow Blossom? Okay. Excuse me. Alright, I get it. We will go. We will get the Rainbow Blossom. I actually can't entirely remember how to get there. Oh, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll know. Yeah, can you handle the... Yeah, that's the other thing, too, is that those are the one things that we can't fully know, because we don't know anyone that's lived so long that they've endured watching so many deaths. And remember, like, yeah, the reason why, because let's just say that you watch a lot of your friends die in the span of 20 years. That's pretty heavy stuff. That sucks. But in the context of, like, you know, over eternity, you watch a lot of people die in their old age, for example. Like, let's just say, like, out of all the people that you knew 10 people... 80% of those people die of old age, whereas 20% die prematurely. And that's awful. It's very untimely. So, the thing is, though, we don't know, because like with any bad thing, we adapt to it. It just takes time to adapt to it. That's all it is. I don't like saying time heals wounds, because that's stupid. But I do like to say that over time, we just learn to cope. It's not time itself, because, you know, if we all wait that long, it's not going to help anything. But as we just move on with our lives, as life goes on, you adapt to any bad situation. You also adapt to happy things, too. I think people need to recognize that, is that people adapt to happiness just as easily as they adapt to sadness. But yeah, like, it was so weird, because... the way that I saw, that's why I said that it's a thing that we can't exactly know, because this is the case of, like, living for, let's say, 1,000 years max. That's a lot of time. 20 years is a very, very long time for a thing like that. But then, well, at least where mortality is concerned. But then, yeah, but then when it comes to, like, when it comes to immortality, though, it's no time at all. So that's why I think so, too, is that, like, over time you learn to adapt. This is part of the cycle. You go through the motions of it still. You don't lose the edge, because that's what makes you human. You don't lose the edge of bearing loss and suffering that, or suffering the loss of a friend. It's just that that happens, and then you move on to the next whatever thing that gives you happiness is for people. And then you cherish that relationship while you still can. Because that's how it is for a lot of us, though. I mean, really, like, we all have to live with the fact that eventually we're all going to say goodbye. Like, there will be a day where I have to click stop streaming on OBS, and then I'll never click start streaming ever again, you know? There's all these little things that we have to deal with, but that's just how it is. And I think that's something that we all eventually learn to deal with. It's just that we have to learn how to. That's the difference. Anyways, that's the thing, though. I wish more people would talk about this kind of stuff with Xenoblade. Like I said, it's kind of disheartening to know that whenever there is discussion about Xenoblade, it's usually about the waifus, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, I enjoy my Cassandra, I enjoy my Shiva, but the thing is, though, like, there's a lot more to that, though. Also regarding Cassandra, I really like Cassandra's personality, too. Like, I know I talk about how cute she is all the time, but goodness, her personality is actually fantastic. We got it. Hey, Fortnite, thanks very much for joining us. But yeah, all I really wanted to say is that, like, yeah, it would be cool to talk more and more about the other elements. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of games could do that. It's just that, well, I feel like it's a lot more likely with Eastern games, really, or Japanese games. With Western games, it feels either shoehorned in or very lazily done. When it comes to having deeper stuff, it's like, oh, it's so deep, check out how deep we are. They really like to point out how deep things are. Whereas with a lot of Japanese games, it's a lot more subtle in how they do that. They make it a game first. Like you know, because like one of my favorite games of all time, Nier Automata, very, very philosophically inclined, very poetically inclined, actually. I know I talk about how much I hate poetry, but that's the other thing, too. Did I ever play Xenosaga? No, I did not, ever. Like, I want to get a taste for it, but I'm already playing through Xenoblade Chronicles 1 for the first time. Right now. I'm slowly making my way there. We'll see. Can I get stone? Can I get stone? Thank you. Awful? Nope. Alright. Alright then. Yes. Okay, we're just gonna do this over and over again, baby. Launchy? Nope. Oh, he tried. I saw that attempt. This thing's a lot easier than the Super boss. That thing's annoying. Okay, go. Oh, really? You can't? Look at the top of you guys. Come on. What's wrong with you? Oh, no. I can salve it. No. Try salvaging it. Why do you guys never go for the topple? Do you hate me? Is that what it is? Break. Launch. Oh, come on, you guys. I'm gonna blame the team because I can't blame it on myself. Okay, do it again. This thing's a lot easier than Upa, though. Upa was like, why? This thing's not so bad, though, all things considered. Oh man, you need a nightmare for that one. Oh, okay. We'll do it again. Shy Telos? Okay, you know what? I'm being too reckless with my break attempts. We're gonna have to try something else this time. Okay, outdoor attack up. Oh, we should upgrade these actually if we can. Figure this out. Oh, night vision, please. Fusion combo? Do we care about fusion combo ups? Well, I mean that is what we're trying to aim for, right? There's that. We don't have elemental orb ender because we didn't kill that boss yet. Okay, it's blade combo. Okay, let's go for fusion combo ups then. No, Hunter's chemistries. Oh, no, Hunter's chemistries for everyone else, not me though. Yeah. Yeah, take out the sunlight. Actually, doesn't need it. We actually need to really. We haven't actually touched these for the entire time we were here. Hunter's chemistry. Is it G? Oh yeah, and the G on. No, we're good. Okay. This should be a lot easier now. Hopefully. Let's not speak too soon. Probably just step cancel them to death, if that's the case. I love the step cancel animation that this girl can just do that right now. Breaky, breaky. Topple? Yes. That's what I like to see. Excellent. Okay, close it again. Yes. Yeah, honestly, just fusion combo these things to death. Can you launch? No, he can't. He's coming off right now. Oh, raid mode. Nope, not even close, babe. Oh, the interrupt. I love it. Nope. Oh, these are great. I love them. Ah, I love gyro combos so much in this game. Alright. He's not breathing. No, he's breathing. Don't worry, he's fine. He's fine. He's not breathing, that means he's still alive. Just because he stopped breathing doesn't mean you have to take away my community. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they gave us a bunch of quests that we can do. We can easily finish now. I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute, so is it like... I forgot. It needs to be a max of 5, right?
Where shall we head to next?
In order to beat the game? Because honestly, at the rate that we're going at, we're actually beating this game really quickly. We're actually beating this game really quickly. Oh, hello. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, he is smaller, isn't he? Azurda. Or Gramps. He won with the power of love! That's what they call a slow play. You know, faking your death, actually dying, and then coming back. And then he actually died. Oh boy. Yeah, see, that's the scary thing. I wonder how scary it would have been for a lot of people to see them lose community. To see them lose community would be like, no! But thankfully we gained 2 community in this exchange, which is nice.
You really shouldn't have.
Okay, we need 4 more, and a few of them are free now. Okay, we get a free one. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. Doing pretty well. By the way, out of all of you guys in the chat right now, how many of you guys have actually beaten this DLC? I know it's been out for a while, I feel like a lot of people have, but I'm curious. Because, yeah, for me, when I got this DLC, I beat it like a day or 2 after. No, 2 days later. I remember I beat it on a Sunday night. So we gotta do these. So no wonder we don't do any damage. Let us... Yeah, Snow Blast, sure.
This power is for you. This power is for you.
Yeah, I guess just upgrade everything to plus 3 if we can.
Polish to a high shine.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be here a while. Hang on seconds.
This power is for you.
Oh yeah, more healing actually. We're gonna just pump all into this.
It would appear I'm stronger. I'll keep giving it my all.
Alright, next. I really like I'm a huge fan of Saori Hayami, but I really like his English voice too. Yeah, sure.
More power for me.
Also, it's my dude Sky Bennett.
No one is hurting my friends. This should be wild.
She's really grown into the role, eh? It's really nice. I like when that happens. Again, that's part of the reason why I really liked the dub so much, is because these are people that like we're all very unfamiliar with, that we don't know very much about them outside of stuff that they do that we're not into. Like, you know, like some of them were in theater. Some of them are in theater and television. Television in the case of Christy Mitchell, Morag. But because we're so unfamiliar with it, it really does help give us some more immersion compared to, you know, like, this is especially true with most games where, like, you know, every character is Nolan North. Every character is Nolan North or Troy Baker, and the occasional Tara Platt. It's not that bad. Like, you know, it's fun. Like I do enjoy them too, but it does take me out of it a little when you realize that I've seen them in so many different anime, different games, that it's just like it's basically like they're reading lines. Try as they might, it does feels like they're reading lines to me. All right, we can also do these. Okay, we're not that far off. We just have to do more quests, really. Ancient Lakebed and Regus Moramora. That's easy. Oh yeah, with the overkill enemies and chain attacks. Okay, let's try this then. Some meat. I have... Oh, okay, I have two. I have 2 meat dishes. Excellent.
In the kitchen or not, I'm your man.
Alright, and the overkill. See, look how broken Jin's passives are, though. Literally, like transmigration. You increase damage whenever you switch vanguards, not just to him, but to anyone. Like between him or Lora. It's great. Then full resonance, 100% more damage and 30% less damage at max affinity. That's what everyone wants, really. This is the passive that like everyone would want if they're an attacker. And then Mind's Eye. This is optical headband, but better. But you can still use an optical headband. So gross. So gross. Alright, I think that's it. Okay, let's do some weapon modifications. Oh yeah, okay, we can build these up. Strongest being... Okay, that's 764. Oh! 31%. Okay, yeah, I think Opal's the best bet. Yeah, Opal's the best. For now. Okay, it's fine. Oh yeah, so she needs this. Woots! What the heck? And no, for this guy too. Alright. Block rate is always a good thing. I don't know... Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're overall... Oh, block rate for this guy, though. Oh yeah, if you ever draw anything, if it's Xenoblade related, well, I'll put it up for the next stream. Assuming there is a next stream, I don't know, like, I actually kind of feel like we could be very close to beating it this time. Okay. Let's find out what quest we got next. Oh, there's plenty. Oh, there's a lot, actually. Sweet. And on our way to doing these quests, we could probably find some green barrels, which will make it easier for us too. Oh, sorry, Luke Maverick asked a while ago, what do I like better, Torna or main game? I like main game because it gives us more options, but I like Torna's combat system more. Mainly because it's a lot faster. I feel like my appreciation, again, I said this before, but I think my main appreciation for Torna's gameplay is because of how much time I spent on Xenoblade Chronicles 2's gameplay. So that's kind of what it is for me, though, is the fact that I've played it so much that I know the ins and outs, and this is like the refreshing taste. Why would you say this, Mithra? His Majesty is everything to me, but that's subtly different from compulsion. I'd call it overbearing, but to each their own. Friends, we are getting sidetracked. I love the dynamic between the blades. Honestly, I'd love to see more of this in a future game. Honestly, in a future game, like similar gameplay to this, but like more emphasis on blade driver combinations, or blade driver what's it called, dynamics. Because they had a good dynamic in this one for all of them. Like, because with Addam, he's clearly just someone with a responsibility thrust upon his shoulders. That's what he is. And then Minoth and Mithra kind of are perfect for that, because Mithra is like the anti-Destiny of sorts, whereas Minoth is a servant to a quester. Ooh, and this one! Yeah, and yeah, of course Lora has that sibling thing going on with both of her blades. It's great. Yeah, Torna actually had really good side quests. It's just that, again, it's not that the... Well, honestly, I would have liked it maybe if more of the side quests had a little bit more variety to them. As in, like, you know, maybe it would involve, like, you know, instance areas where we could kill enemies or a boss or something like that. That would be nice. Like, you know, the one that we just did with Leo, that was fun. With a boss and everything, a boss, a secret area, that was cool. It's just that I would have loved more of that. Okay, we got a lot. Yeah, see, that's what it is, though. The problem that I had with Community was the fact that it was literally to pad the game, and there was, like, no efforts to hide that fact, which is really the problem for me. Because, honestly, on principle, I don't like it when games pad themselves.
Quite the voyage.
Right.
I
Where
got
shall we head
this.
to next?
Also, Michelle, welcome. Oh, actually, Michelle, can you take off that link, actually? Yeah, like, after it's finished use, take off the link. Actually, I'll take it. Well, yeah, just remove it, because, I don't want someone to, like, show up on the archive and then take that link, and then we have no idea who this person is. Thank you. Yeah, just because, like, I was very aware. We had an incident a year ago, and that's kind of like how we connect. That's why, like, it's always expired, because I always set it to expire after some time. Simply because I don't want, like, an accidental, like, surprise. Suddenly, everything's different now. Okay. But the thing is, though, the thing I do like about Torna, again, I think my favorite part about Torna is it gives me a much larger appreciation for the story of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. For example, well, we'll talk about the ending when we get there, but the ending definitely made me want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 again. Which is very rare, because you'd think that I didn't want to play this game anymore because I played it so many times. But, like, I really did want to go back and just take in the cutscenes, because, oh, everything's so much more meaningful now.
Aren't we intrepid?
Nature makes a fine ally.
But that's the reason why, though, is just because I don't want someone to, like, yeah. The combat system's really nice. I like how they did super bosses in this game. It had less to do with making them super high levels to give them a lot of health, and more to do with having very specific strategies to beat them, which I feel should have been the mainstay for a lot of the bosses in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Oh, hello.
You're coming with me,
Something's buried down here.
Don't have to tell.
Very nice.
Because yeah, like one of the things that I had with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, one of the issues that I took, was just the fact that, like, Tyrannotide and Kurudil would do an attack, and there was nothing you could do to stop it, unless you have a level 4 packed in there somewhere. But then, in order to keep it level 4, that means not using any specials at all until it shows up. So it's just like, ugh. Nox Promontory. Oh, right. Okay, we can warp for this one because it's so far away. I know exactly where this is. Yeah, honestly, like, it's so weird because also the thing about Torna that really sets it apart from the main game is how it handles tutorials. The problem that I had with Xenoblade Chronicles 2's early game is that it kept pausing to tell you stuff, to tell you new information, which there's nothing wrong with giving you a lot of information. It's just that if you don't pace it properly, or you do it in a way where it doesn't feel natural at like giving you all this information, it really does diminish from the experience. This one, on the other hand, they've learned their lesson, where there would be like two people talking to each other about combat mechanics, and it wouldn't interrupt you or anything. It would just show up as speech bubbles. That was really cool. It was really cool how they did it in Torna. Yeah, the tutorials were very, very annoying though in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Which is kind of why I skip a lot of things. Thankfully, New Game Plus, they get rid of those. But man, at the time, especially for someone like me at the time too, I was new to Xenoblade Chronicles. This was my very first one. And the fact that I had to sit through all this stuff, it was just so overwhelming. It was just so overwhelming because I was trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna make videos out of this, you know? Like that was my primary concern. Also, I think I'm going the wrong way. Yep, definitely going the wrong way. Alright, I guess we're just gonna open this then.
You're coming with me, treasure.
Alright. And we better just gather everything too.
This is becoming
I said this before, but one thing I would change to Torna, make money more useful. Like, literally, like, do something to make money more useful, because, honestly, I have 8 million gold on my main file, but not because I've been saving up or farming it, it's just there's nothing to spend it on. Like, there was literally nothing to spend it on. I'm just like, why? Why? If there was a way to, like, purchase cooking, you know, I think that would be good, because it's a pouch item, and buying pouch items was a thing that I enjoy, so, you know, I'd be totally about that. Yeah, Donkey made a good point about the tutorials of that one. Oh boy. Hey, remember the time Donkey made a video about Octopath Traveler, but everything about it was wrong? Oh boy. I'm a huge fan of him. Believe me. But man, the Octopath one was just like, but that's not true. If you played the game for more than 10 hours, you know what you're doing. Oh well, it's okay. That's a completely different game. We still have to finish Octopath on stream. Well, like, up until the secret boss anyway. We were basically done. We have all the forbidden weapons on the War Master. We could literally just one-shot every single boss to finish the stories.
This is becoming addictive.
It's, yeah. It's just one of those things where, like, I wouldn't mind going back to Octopath. Why? Okay, fine.
Don't have to tell me twice.
But Nox Promontory, it's not a quick travel, though. Okay. Let's figure this out. Honestly, it's not even like an issue of him not liking the games that he reviews. Because I think you should be allowed to review games that you don't like. But at the same time, you have to take a game on its merits, right? Wait, no, that's not mining. Oh, I have to craft books. Okay, we'll do that then. That's pretty easy. Should have enough. We'll go to Cooley Lake because I know there are materials that we need, so we might as well grab that just in case. Hey, Mickey, my boy Mickey.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
But yeah, also, actually, okay, this is a question I want to ask you guys, because I've been thinking about this lately. Was there ever a game that you played and it wasn't your type of game, but you liked it anyway? Because I made this joke a long time ago about how much I say that Animal Crossing is a terrible game because it has none of the stuff that I like in a game. There's no boss battles, there's no plot, there's no epic music score, or there's no amazing voice acting. No, actually no, that's debatable. The voice acting in Animal Crossing is pretty good. But the thing is though, that's not my kind of game, but I loved it anyway. Like, I really love it despite the fact that it wasn't the game that I, like, looked to play. It's really good. So that's kind of what I wanted to say though. Also, same thing goes for Elite Beat Agents. It's a rhythm game. I'm not super into rhythm games. Like that game. That was a really fun one. Smash Bros. I like fighting games. I have trouble considering Smash Bros a fighting game sometimes, but then again, it's been a long time since I've played an actual fighting game, so I guess Smash Bros is about as close as it gets. No, he should be able to do. That's exactly what I said, though. You should be able to. It's just that you need to be able to take the game on its own merits. Because I like him. I really do like him. I respect his opinion a lot for certain things, but I don't like the fact that he's trying to be a critic, but all of his critiques really just boil down to, I don't like this game because it's not a Nintendo platformer. Like, oh man, his Shenmue one. My goodness, it was really funny, but the thing about Shenmue, though, it's not the kind of game where... Also, yeah, so the thing about Shenmue, too, is the fact it's a game that's meant to be really, really slow, but he didn't like the fact that there's a lot of waiting involved. But the thing is, though, it's a game where you have to multitask, that you have to have a lot of tasks on to be as efficient with your time. That's the other issue that I took. So that's what it is, though. You should be allowed to, you know... I think everyone should be able to critique games that they don't like, or genres that they don't like. But the problem is, though, is that if you don't like it because it's not the game that you do like, specifically, again, that because it's not Super Mario 64, I think there's a problem with you trying to be a critic. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I haven't played Odyssey, but based on what I've seen, it doesn't look that good. Then again, I don't know, I kind of fell out of love with Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 3. That was back in 2012. Goodness, that was a long time ago. I watched this Odyssey video. That was Assassin's Creed Odyssey video. I don't know though, like, I haven't really played Assassin's Creed in a long time, so I can't really say much about it. Okay, now we can do this. I don't know what it is with being Assassin's Creed. I think part of the reason why I fell out of Assassin's Creed was because... Okay, so I think the first time... I think one of the first reasons why is because I didn't like the fact that they were annualizing the games. Because when you annualize a game, it just starts losing its soul a bit, you know? And that's pretty normal with a lot of games, especially big AAA titles like Assassin's Creed. It's just that you kind of lose sight of what made the game special. Part of the reason why people like the Ezio games so much, particularly Assassin's Creed 2, I think a lot of people will agree that that was like the pinnacle of Assassin's Creed. That game had a lot of heart and soul put into the plot, and you're able to enjoy the story. The only problem with Assassin's Creed 2 that I had was that the facial animations were really bad. Oh, it was awful. It was really... I remember they, how off-put I was by the animations of, what's her name? Shoot, it's Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell's character. I was like, what did they do? It was really funny. I thought it was really funny, but the story and the world of Assassin's Creed 2 was really, really good. But the other issue that I took with Assassin's Creed was the fact that there were just so many objectives, but I didn't feel like doing any of them. They gave you like, oh, you could do all this stuff, but why? What will doing these objectives really give to me that I can't just do myself? Or, you know, that's kind of what it's too. There weren't very many incentives.
You can't rush these things.
Okay, let's do this. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, Mickey, thanks very much for dropping in, man. I look forward to fighting you on the grounds of Fortnite.
Suspense is killing me.
Oh, have I played The World Ends With You? I have not. I missed out on the original DS release. Was that in 2007? 2007, 2008? It was a long time ago. Very long time ago. I wanted to play it, but I didn't have a DS at the time. And then when I got the DS, the games that I played were... the games that I played were... Castlevania, actually. All the Castlevania games I had. Alright, I let my friend borrow Portrait of Ruin, but then he lost it. Man. That was the one with, like, the bonus modes that I really, really enjoyed.
Quite the voyage.
Right. Where shall we head to next?
But honestly, I've never played it. I heard that there was a re-release, and it looks really, really cool, but I don't know if I'll get around to playing it, just because JRPGs just take so much time. Not to mention that I'm already playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1 for the 3DS, so there's that too. So it's literally time that I don't have. Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. The Sorrow series was really, really good. I'd say that I like Aria slightly more than Dawn of Sorrow. But Dawn of Sorrow is still really, really good. Like, I find that all the Metroidvanias for portable consoles tend to be really, really nice. But I'd say my favorites, Order of Ecclesia for the DS. I think that was my favorite one. I actually, you know, no one killed me for this. I liked it more than Symphony of the Night. Part of the reason why I think is because, well, yeah, actually, part of the reason why is because it was just a much more difficult Metroidvania. Because once Metroidvania became, once Metroidvania became a thing, the games were really easy because they gave you so much stuff, and you had very, very OP characters within, like, a couple of hours. But it's not bad. There's nothing bad about that. It's just that Order of Ecclesia ramped up the difficulty so much, and yet you still felt overpowered. I like that. I really, really like that. What else was there? Portrait of Ruin was a nice in-between difficulty. Like, if you were to compare, like, the 3 DS games, right? Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia. Like, Order of Ecclesia is, like, the much harder game, whereas Dawn of Sorrow is a much easier game. Although that also might have to do with the fact that, like, the characters that you use were also... Well, you know, because Soma's soul system was really, really strong. Wait, where do I go now? Yeah, Shield Rod and Alucard Shield. Like, there's like, it's so easy. Like, there's nothing you can do. Okay, I guess we're doing this. Can I, like... Okay, we're in, like, the last hour of our stream. And... Yeah, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a... Like, we're definitely gonna finish this. We're definitely gonna finish this next Saturday. Or how about we... I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we beat the game today? And then figure out what we're gonna do later? And then play the new game on Saturday? Like, I'm willing to stick around. Just give me one more stretch break, and then we'll do it. Do you guys just want to prolong this stream to make it the finale?
Well done, us.
I don't know. Like, are you guys with me on this? You guys want to finish the game today? There's a lot. There's really a lot. But I think we can do it. Okay, hang on. Let me just change the title. Let me change the title. Alright, hang on. We have to change the title. Country finale. Oh man, this is so impromptu, but we're gonna do it. Okay, we need a title for this stream. Okay, I guess we're gonna plagiarize Michael Jackson. This is it! Okay. Cause I think we could finish it. Do it, Anakin. Okay, we're gonna beat this then. We have to figure out what we're gonna play next. We have to figure out what we're gonna play on Saturday. If all else fails, we'll play Monster Hunter. If all else fails, we will play Monster Hunter. Okay, we're gonna finish this. I will take a stretch break at around like the 3-hour mark then.
Even on familiar
get some
ground,
water.
we must stay vigilant.
And maybe something to munch on. I don't know, I'm hungry. A little bit hungry. We can do it though. I think we can do it. We don't need that much, I think. Is that... Okay. I really like the fact that all these quests, the more you do the side quests, the more they start to interconnect with each other. That's really cool.
Right. Where shall we head to?
We're actually pretty busy, so we're trying to beat the game. Of course, I need you in order to beat the game, but you know. Oh, this cutscene's so fun. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, we'll just play Monster Hunter. So that'll be fun. Trail of Destruction.
May I offer my assistance?
Sure, we'll do this. What food do I like to eat? Anything spicy. Literally anything spicy. Doesn't matter what culture it's from, as long as it's there. Oh, this one. Okay, we might not be able to do this quest, actually, because I think we need increased passives from Haze and all the other characters. Shoot. Okay, we'll keep going then. We're probably going to work our way past this one. Yeah, I don't mind staying for a little bit longer, so it should be okay. We'll just figure this out. Yeah, because I know we had to level up some stuff for this. But, well, when we get there, we'll get there, right?
Very nice.
I mean, that's just how it's gonna be. Okay. But yeah, have you guys ever had, like, a scenario where there was a game that wasn't your type of game, but you liked it anyway? Because that's usually what it is. Like, we have our own preconceived notions of what we like and don't like. But once you give something a chance, your mind... If it's a good enough game, right? Like, you will give it a chance, or it will pan out. Sometimes you just gotta stick with it. Because honestly, that's kind of how I felt about this game. Truth be told, I didn't really like this game when I first played it. Not Torna. I like Torna. I loved Torna the moment I started playing it, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it took a while for me to get into it because, again, I bogged down by so many tutorials and all that stuff. Okay, super strength. Who has super strength? It's not Jin, is it? Okay, let's figure this out. Etymology. Oh, it's a far-sighted talisman. Oh, we got... Yeah, okay, so we have to beat a quest for this one. Shoot. Like, I still like Xenoblade Chronicles too, but it did take a while for me to get used to it. Wait, where does... I mean, clearly I liked it because I spent this much time on it, right? Do I... Yeah, no, we need to get the Farsight Talisman then. Shoot! Have I played Hollow Knight? No, I have not. But I know a lot of people that have. All people that recommend it to me because they know how much I like the Dark Souls series. I'm not said this yet. I know that a lot of people recommended it to me because they know how much I love the Dark Souls series. Okay, what else? Shoot. Yeah, we need that one. Oh, it's Riki! I think we're good. Well, there's also this quest over here, right? Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that we gotta do. Oh, hello! Freebie! Okay, that's that. Getting there.
I do only what His Majesty asks of me.
Okay, we need 2 more. That should be easy to do, though. Oh yeah, we have to grab this. Okay, so we just need the talisman. That's literally all we need. Okay, that's fine. Also, people are talking about the hats. The hats that we voted for, but I completely disregarded it anyway. Oh, man. Do we want to go... Oh yeah, we have to go to Gormott for this one. To get lumber at Gormott, just go to the Torgoth Arch. There's also where you get the Moonbeam Bananas. So that's gonna be fun.
Suddenly, it all looks so different. Let's catch our breath and
Aren't
move
we
out.
intrepid?
Moonbeam Bananas. Then again, I don't know. Wait, did I get the Muscle Branch here, or was it in Torna? Well, regardless, we're gonna have to collect these anyway. Quest log. We'll do this one first. Okay, reinforced glass. And muscle branch. That's it. Sweet. Who knew that building a ship would be that easy?
The suspense is killing me.
All these barrels
You're
too.
coming with
The thing
me.
is too, the barrels don't really spawn after a while, so we would have missed a ton of them. Thankfully, though, they are designed in such a way where you would encounter them across all your time playing these side quests.
Aren't we
I'm
intrepid?
we go.
something of an expert.
Sweet. Okay, Lasham Cove. That was easy. So that's the thing too, like, it's really annoying to have to gather everything in this mode, or in this game. But thankfully, if you're diligent enough, then it'll make things a little easier for you in the long run. Next. Oh, we mentioned ARB. I was thinking, like, what? We have 200,000. We could just easily pay that. I realized, oh, we could just... Okay. Alright, now we go back. Goodness, there's a lot. Yeah, that's the thing, though, is that, like, there's just so much in the game's combat mechanics that it's really off-putting that they have to, like, show all this stuff. They have to shove all this stuff in your face, and you don't even know what works. Once you get used to it, though, it's not that bad. In fact, like, it's part of the reason why I keep playing, because I love the idea of experimenting. It's funny, actually, because for me, for those guys that don't know, it's not that I dislike the subreddit, but I do consciously avoid looking at the Xenoblade subreddit. And really, the same thing goes for the Octopath subreddit, too, now that I think about it. I ignore subreddits, not because I'm afraid of what people say about my videos, because I'm pretty sure people do talk about it from time to time, but it's because I don't like the idea of having their ideas in my head, and then that changing what I do, or me subconsciously copying it, which is something I'm very much so against. I don't like plagiarizing. So as a result, though, I spent so much time, and I had to learn all this stuff by myself, and it was a lot of fun doing that, though. That's the thing. I really enjoyed the fact that we kind of had to turn myself into an island. So yeah, that's what it is, though. I ignore a lot of subreddits and fandoms, actually. Like, say, like, you know, it's okay if you guys are involved in a fandom, but for me personally, I like to disassociate with fandom. I don't like associating as being part of, like, the JRPG fanbase, for example, or the Xenoblade fanbase, because the thing about fandoms is that anyone could join them, right? And that's great, but the problem is that it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because when you're part of a fanbase, some people will feel an entitlement that because they were part of a fanbase longer than another person has, they're immediately going to be inclined to think that they're less valid as individuals. And that's just drama that I don't need. That's all it is. So that's the thing about me, is that I don't consider myself... That's part of the reason why I don't consider myself a Japanese RPG YouTuber. Some people make that assumption, but it just so happened that the last two games we played were Japanese RPGs. I think that's it. Okay. That's all it is, though. It's just like I don't want to associate myself with that way, because, well, obviously I'd rather be my own man, right? So there's that. So the same goes for the Cassandra dedicated subreddit. Like, I like Cassandra, but for different reasons than most people. I mean, let's be real here. A lot of the people that like Cassandra like her for very different reasons than I do, and I don't want to be melded in with that. Anyways, I think this is the finale, you guys. I'm really starting to like this place. You can see many different walks of life here. It's like a real melting pot. It's like Toronto, except this is much more beautiful. With a lot less pollution. Oh, the rain. I wish this was voiced, because I love all these characters. But, no, we'll get them later. Well, that's the weird thing, too. Like, I don't really like to consider people as fans, because I think that would overinflate my already massive, impressive ego. That's basically what it is, though. It's just like, you know, no offense to you guys that are on the subreddit, but the thing is, though, it's just like, I tend to disassociate myself as sort of a preemptive measure, more than anything else. That's all. It's more of a preemptive thing, because I don't like the idea of being associated with so many people, because that would mean I'm just as susceptible to being negatively affected. Also, here's a lot of cutscenes. These are great cutscenes that we're going into. So I will turn up the volume and quiet myself down, so you guys can please enjoy this.
But the Titan hasn't shown signs of transforming yet.
You think the Aegis is taking a nap or something?
That would be fortunate for us.
Imagine Malos taking a nap. You think he'd be a lot less angry? A lot
That
less
mountain ridge
homicidal if he
makes up
took
the
naps.
upper body. That's where the core should appear. It will take some time before the troops are organized. Let us go on ahead. We depart in the morning.
The cutscene between... Okay, we can talk about it now, because it's about to happen. Oh, no, wait, after this.
This sucks. House sitting in the capital. I want to go with you.
Here we go. Way lame.
The battle ahead is unlike any we've known before. Please remember that.
Jin, can't you tell them? I swear we won't get in the way.
No. In this battle, you'd be a distraction.
Ugh.
One way to put it.
Milton, you'll be a great help to Addam if you stay in the capital.
Come on. Don't you get it? You're not hearing them. Okay? You'd be no help on the battlefield. In fact, protecting you from Malos would take all my energy. But hey, I mean, if you stay here and keep Mikhail out of trouble, we'll be able to fight the way we should. That's what they're saying.
I don't need looking after.
Staring daggers.
See?
You understand, don't you? What you need to do to help Addam?
Make me a promise. That you'll kill Malos and bring Addam back no matter what.
Yeah. I promise.
See, the thing about Milton, any other
Great.
character, this would have
Then
been
we each
really
know what
annoying.
we have to do.
This cutscene would actually be really annoying. But because it's Milton, this is one of the most meaningful cutscenes ever. This is an insanely meaningful one. Also, okay, this cutscene. This is... I love this one a lot.
Surprisingly
Because
diligent.
finally, these two talk to each other.
You need some help?
Nah. Just killing time.
If you want to talk, I'm not sure I'm your guy.
It's so much more meaningful after playing
Keeping a
Xenoblade
journal,
Chronicles too.
huh? Bridget's into it too. Is that like a thing now?
Who knows? I am what I am, and so is she.
You know, when your driver dies, you'll return to your core. It feels kind of futile.
There's nothing strange about wanting to know who you used to be once you reawaken.
You can't be sure you'll even find it though, right?
Even so, nothing's for certain, but it's some hope at least. That's a Blade's lot.
But what's the point?
To keep the bond with your driver alive.
The bond?
I guess that's a little difficult for you to
so
understand.
this part. I
Hey,
love this part.
Don't be mean. You make it sound like I have no heart. What?
What I meant was, the true connection that's meant for you, I don't think you'll find it here.
But Adam's my driver.
Sure, he is. But I feel it's not the same somehow.
Huh?
Your real affinity lies in the future, not in the time we're in now. I just feel that in my bones.
The not so
Call it
thinly veiled
Blade's
foreshadowing.
intuition.
Sounds kinda vague.
To change the subject, thanks for before.
For what?
I didn't expect it.
You were both so hopeless with the kids. So hopeless I couldn't just watch.
I'll consider myself told.
this freaking dude. It's interesting actually. So, the thing about Malos, I've always kind of found him one of the weaker parts. Oh, well, I'll talk about later. What this is. Massive sense of scale. Oh goodness, it looks really good.
That's
the Tornan Titan's true form.
Is Malos there?
There's no time. Keep moving.
Okay. Party formations changed because, you know, they were part of us to begin with. Let me just adjust the volume. And we're off. Let's charge straight in. It's interesting, actually, because I remember by the time this happened, I had already unlocked the campsite where this takes place. Anyways, yeah, I can't believe it, though. We're gonna make it. We're actually gonna make it to the end of the game, I think. Maybe. Probably. Like, we're all pretty decently leveled. Should be fine. Yeah, I think it should be okay. It's just... Okay, we have to give this guy something. Okay. If all else fails, we still have a bit under our sleeves. We don't have any more silver earrings, huh? Silver earrings are really, really good, and I'd love to use more of them. But if not... Yeah, it should be okay. What else do we got? Oh yeah, you know what? We already have HP. Yeah, just... Oh yeah, this guy needs HP. What am I saying? Hang on. Give me a second, you guys. This eye patch, which could be useful. Because I don't want to end up like being stuck here for a while. Might as well make use of this while we still can. Hang on. Oh boy. You'd think this would be the easiest thing in the world. Oh, never mind. Oh no, it's the only one. Okay, fine. We'll wing it. First of all, I will be right back, you guys. So please enjoy this picture of Bridget, and I will be back in a couple of minutes. A minute. Alright guys, time to look alive. Here we go. Oh, do you know what? Let's change the name of this. Wait. Bring me Malos. Alright, I think we're good to go. Is everyone alive out there? How's everyone doing today? We're going to be starting fresh. I'm a little bit tangled up. Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay. If I were to play as a non-playable character, who would it be? Good question. I don't know, like, being able to play as an Ardanian soldier, I know people meme that thing to death, but I actually would be fascinated by that. It's funny, I remember... I like to be super smug about this, but I feel like I deserve it for now. Because, you know, people, they wonder why I don't really report on data mines. And the reason why, though, is because, well, it's not guaranteed that that's what's going to happen. It's highly likely that data mines are true. That data mines are going to be the thing that we assume it's going to be. But remember, like, people thought Malos was going to be playable. Alright, here now. I don't think this is a fast travel, is it? No, it's not. Goodness. They really like to starve me for options here, don't they? Hey, Kiruse, you have made it! We're gonna beat the game, man. We thought... I thought that maybe like we have one more week in us, but I realized, oh, we can actually beat this because we're not searching for stuff anymore. Although, if it turns out really, really bad, we might have to go back and then let Jin... we might have to let Jin level up a little bit because he needs those levels. Honestly, if you like, we haven't, yeah. If we were a little bit more thorough, we'd have a much easier time with it. We'll see how it goes. I think we're okay, all things considered. Where am I going? That's the $1 million question. Well, it's on these ones. Oh, it's on this side. Okay, got it. Alright, let's travel along here. It's gonna be really, really good. The thing is, though, what level are we all? Well, I think we could, like, level up one more time. So I think we're gonna be okay. Although our affinity isn't maxed out. So, or the affinity shards aren't maxed out, so this could be a problem. I'm feeling pretty good about it, though. And I'm fully planning on turning on the volume for myself so I can take in the epicness. Like, I really like the final boss music for this game.
We made it. Good stuff. This is becoming a tradition.
Although, I think part of the reason why I like the final boss music is because of how meaningful it was for me, because it represented me finishing the game the first time I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But it also reminded me of the time we did the Shulk Fiora playthrough, where Shulk did his level 4. He did his level 4 to avoid Siren Buster. There we go. Getting Trust is pretty easy. If you guys are wondering how to max out Trust to get S+, NL, my boy NL, actually put up a video for how to do that. You need to have a certain... You have to have certain Hugo and Addam items, but you can get the job done.
Malos will be waiting inside.
I believe so, but it's got me thinking.
No, wait.
What is his aim in doing this? Can it just be carnage for its own sake?
Mithra? Maybe you understand this better. As an Aegis.
No.